It's moving at a velocity of about 135,000 miles per hour, so it's going really fast.
A plume of gas firing in the wrong direction.
It's headed for its closest pass to the Sun at the end of October.
That was the first jaw-dropping detail from the Hubble telescope's latest observation of an object unlike anything we've ever seen.
3I Atlas was discovered on July 1st by the NASA-funded Atlas survey.
This strange traveler is actively resisting the pull of the Sun. Its tail isn't being pushed away like every comet we know. Instead, it's generating thrust, as if it were equipped with an engine. And here's the kicker. NASA has already admitted this is no ordinary comet. On July 1st, 2025, a survey telescope in Chile picked up a faint streak of light racing across the sky. Moving at more than 130,000 miles per hour, it was quickly flagged as only the third confirmed interstellar object. They called it 3I Atlas. But right away, Atlas started breaking all the rules. Its trajectory was impossibly precise, tilted just 5 degrees off Earth's orbital plane, as though it had been aimed. Even stranger, its path would carry it past Mars, Venus, and Jupiter in a sequence of rare flybys with odds of less than 1 in 20,000. This thing wasn't just cutting through space, it was touring the solar system. Then came the shocker. When Hubble and Gemini South turned their powerful gaze on Atlas, what they saw left astronomers speechless. Comets are predictable. Their tails always point away from the Sun, blown outward by radiation and solar wind. It's one of the most basic laws of astrophysics. But not this time. 3I. Atlas's tail wasn't pointing away, it was pointing toward the Sun. A constant bright plume of dust and gas fighting against solar wind. Think of a flag blowing directly into the wind. Impossible. Yet Atlas was doing exactly that, day after day. Scientists ran every simulation imaginable. None of them worked. The particles in its plume were simply too heavy to be carried sunward by solar wind. And yet, there they were, streaming from the sunlit side of the comet in total defiance of physics. Something else was going on here. Something deliberate. Astrometric tracking soon confirmed the unthinkable. Atlas was not just drifting on a gravity-dictated path. A consistent, sustained force was pushing it, aligned perfectly with its impossible sun-facing tail. This wasn't a leak of gas. This was propulsion. The force was tiny, just 4 times 10 to the -7th meters per second squared. But over weeks, it shifted Atlas thousands of miles off its expected course. To generate that much push from simple water ice sublimation, it would have had to shed 10 times more mass than what astronomers could detect. The numbers didn't add up. Simulations offered only one explanation. Atlas was firing a concentrated jet of heavy dust grains, producing thrust comparable to the ion engines we use on spacecraft. But then came the real bombshell. The James Webb Space Telescope analyzed the light from Atlas's coma, the cloud of gas and dust surrounding its core. The results were baffling. Most comets have a balanced mix of carbon dioxide and water. But Atlas had an 8-to-1 ratio, overwhelmingly dominated by carbon dioxide. And then there was the metal. Webb detected large amounts of nickel vapor, but its usual twin, iron, was nowhere to be found. In our solar system, nickel and iron are always paired. Always. Finding one without the other is like spotting a single footprint in the middle of a desert. It shouldn't happen. Now combine that bizarre chemistry with engine-like thrust, and Atlas transformed from a curiosity into an enigma. And here's where it gets even weirder, because we've seen this kind of mystery before. Back in 2017, the first interstellar object, Oumuamua, zipped through our system. Small, oddly shaped, and moving in ways gravity couldn't explain, it too showed signs of non-gravitational acceleration. But unlike Atlas, it had no visible tail at all. No coma, no gas jets. Yet something invisible was propelling it. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb famously suggested it might have been artificial, perhaps a thin light sail built by an alien civilization. Most scientists scoffed. Others desperately tried to find natural explanations. None fit perfectly. Oumuamua left as suddenly as it came, a ghost with no answers. But now, Atlas has arrived, and it feels like Oumuamua's louder, more blatant cousin. Where Oumuamua's propulsion was invisible, Atlas flaunts its thrust. Where Oumuamua's makeup was mysterious, Atlas shows a chemical fingerprint so strange it might as well be alien. Is this coincidence or connection? Statistically, having two such anomalies in just a few years is staggering. It hints that these objects might not be rare at all. Maybe we're just now noticing them. And Atlas isn't done with us yet. The real test is coming. On October 30th, 2025, Atlas will swing closest to the Sun at perihelion. Under extreme heat and radiation, its mysterious engine will be under maximum stress. That's when its true nature will be revealed. But here's the catch. At that exact moment, Atlas will pass behind the Sun from our perspective for weeks. Our telescopes will be blind. We won't see a thing. And that's precisely when an object with control would make its move. At perihelion, a small nudge can completely alter its trajectory. If Atlas is a probe slowing down to enter orbit, this would be the perfect time. Hidden by the Sun's glare. Coincidence or design? So what are we really looking at? Some suggest Atlas could be a Bracewell probe, an ancient autonomous spacecraft designed to monitor civilizations like ours. Its scenic path past Mars, Venus, and Jupiter might have been intentional, a survey of our neighborhood before settling into a hidden orbit. Others go further, imagining Atlas as a terraforming machine, its unusual carbon dioxide and nickel signature not exhaust, but a payload, carefully dispersed into the solar system. And then there's the chilling thought. The dark forest hypothesis warns that announcing your presence in the universe is dangerous. Maybe Atlas isn't a probe at all, but wreckage, the smoking remnant of a conflict we can't even fathom. So what do you think? Is Atlas a new type of comet? A probe designed by an intelligence far beyond us? Or a silent warning drifting from a war in the stars? When Atlas emerges from behind the Sun, astronomers will track it with pinpoint precision. If its trajectory doesn't match what gravity predicts, the conversation may change forever. The impossible propulsion we're seeing now may only be the beginning of a story far bigger and far stranger than we ever imagined.